Hello world, and welcome to another edition of Webinar Wednesdays with Brilliant Directories. We'll be starting in just a few moments. If you joined us today, thank you very much. It's great to be with you guys here today. Get settled in, grab a cup of coffee, a cup of water. We're going to give everyone just about a minute or two to get signed in, and we'll get started shortly. Hope you guys came with your questions. We should have an awesome presentation for you today. All right, before we get started, just want to say hi to some familiar and some new names as well. Blair, always great to see you at the top of the list. B is the first letter of your name. Carrie looks like a new name to me, so welcome, Carrie. Thanks for joining in on the webinar. We have a great crowd here. Dennis, welcome. Emily, is great to always see you in the webinars here, as well as our friend Eric. Hema from the UK, thank you for joining us. Esther, what's up? Welcome to Webinar Wednesday. See a couple Johns in here today, some new ones as well. And our good friend Karen from Canada, welcome to Webinar Wednesday. Should be a fun presentation today. We even have, well, I'm going to save it as a surprise for you, bringing back a new session that we started just a couple weeks ago. All right, let's dive right in here. Welcome to Webinar Wednesday, presented by Brilliant Directories. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. The voice you're hearing is me, Jason, there on the left, and we're lucky to be joined by Gabriel and Patrick today. Gabe is one of the support specialists here at Brilliant Directories. You might have interacted with him through a support ticket or through a phone call. And we also have Patrick with us from the customization experts. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. They are the leading company making badass tools to accompany your Brilliant Directories website. So Gabe and Pat, thank you for joining us here today.
Great to be here. Thanks a lot, Jason.
Thanks, Jay. I'm happy to be here.
All right. Yeah, it's always great when we can get a full house in here for Webinar Wednesday. I'm assuming everyone is already part of our Facebook group. If you're not, please take a moment to join us now. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. It's a great place to carry the conversations from Webinar Wednesday. There's awesome participation and super discussions being started there. So if you'd like to join us, I encourage you to. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. That's going to redirect you to our Facebook group. You can hit the join button and we will accept you into the tribe, the BD tribe. And for the newbies out there, welcome to Webinar Wednesday. We're great. It's great to be with you here today. It's great to have you. There's a lot to learn here. We cover lots of topics in each Webinar Wednesday episode. Some run overtime, and that's perfectly okay if the topics are good quality. It's all about providing value to the BD community. So Webinar Wednesdays is a great place to strategize and learn about marketing skills to grow your online community. Some topics that we'll cover in some of our tips of the week and different types of sessions that we have are how to convert website visitors into members, how to increase traffic to your website, identifying revenue opportunities, and those can always be different based on the industry that you're in and the audience that you're serving. Collecting email addresses, it's all about building your lists and people that you can later engage with and market to at a later time. That's why a lot of times in the webinars, we're big advocates for offering, and again, it's not for every industry, but offering a free sign-up option so you can easily gather that email address and upsell them or provide them with an offering at a later time in the future. So have your questions ready. We want to know what you're working on with your website, potentially what challenges or hurdles you're facing, and hopefully as a team and as a group, we can provide some tips and suggestions to help you reach the next milestone for your website project. All right, and from time to time, we like to share some BD Lab updates. The development team and the support team are always hard at work day in and day out. I first want to give a round of applause to the entire BD team, developers, and the support team, and as well as the project managers. There are loads of updates. Some of them happen behind the scenes. You probably won't even notice or ever see them. But here are 4 that I think are noteworthy to mention in the webinar Wednesday. And the first one I want to start with, I think we vaguely covered this in previous webinars, but I'd like to cover it now, is the custom claim listing link. And I'll just go through these pretty quickly, hopefully pretty quickly. And Pat, if you have any questions or comments on these, feel free to chime in.
Will do.
So Brilliant Directories has an add-on which allows you to import a member database or a list of members and then set those accounts to a claim listing status. You've probably seen this on Yelp or Manta or other yellow page type of websites. And the claim listing feature is really nice because it allows a business to take over the listing and add more information to it, potentially signing up to a paid listing. Up until now, the banner that would be on a profile page would only direct members to the join page, your regular pricing page that all your website visitors would see. Let me just take a step back. Let me enable the claim listing add-on on one of the demo sites we have here so we can see what it looks like in its native form and what this new feature, custom claim listing link, actually does. So I have a demo site here. Let me make sure that I have a membership level that's designated as a claim listing. So I'll use this one because it has some members in it. Actually, I'll use this premium one. Right now, this is a paid account, so you have to pay to sign up. I'm going to go ahead and change that to a claim listing type. So you'll notice a couple things happen when I change the account type. So first of all, when you set a membership level or a product to a claim listing account type status, you can't sign up. There's no sign up page for this type of membership level because you're importing members and you're designating that you need to claim the listing to sign up. So you can't, there's no sign up page. They need to select another membership level that you offer and then sign up to that membership level. But here's something pretty cool we added recently. When you have a paid account, you start seeing some of the paid membership options, such as how much you want to charge per month or annually per year. And if you toggle it to a free account, just to keep things nice and tidy, those options kind of go away. And with the claim, there is a new field here, and it's the claim listing web link. And before, it was by default always the join page. Let me go ahead and save this right now, and let's see what that join page actually looks like and what the link looks like on a member's profile page that has a claim listing status as their membership level. So I'm just going to open a new tab here to see one of these members. And these are all sample members. Let's just look at the profile of Gothic Furniture. So over here, when it's a claim listing status, they get a banner like this. Some people modify it, but it basically says, are you Gothic Furniture? You know, claim this listing to, you know, get referrals from this page, or however you want to incentivize people. So then this claim listing link, it would take you to, if you look at my URL, the join page. And until now, there wasn't a way to change that unless you went in and edited the code. Just for example purposes, I'm just going to link this to another random page. I'm just going to do the contact us page. But the way you really want to take advantage of this, you probably want to link people to a secondary or alternative pricing page where you potentially don't offer a free membership level option if that's what you have on your regular pricing page. So I'm just going to copy this link here, and we'll edit the premium membership level. We'll go back to the pricing tab, and I'll change this to about and contact. Obviously, that's not a good page to send people who want to claim their listing, or it could be a form that they fill out and they request to claim the listing. Maybe you're moderating people who you're not allowing them to on their own claim a listing. You want to send them to an application or a contact form and tell them why they want to claim the listing. So again, the different strategies for utilizing the claim listing. So let's backtrack. Let's go back to the Gothic Furniture listing. And here's that same claim listing button. And if you look at the URL on the bottom left there as I'm hovering over it, you can see it's going to go to the About Contact page. And here it is, About Contact. And this token follows that link. That's how it knows that you're going to, when you go to a pricing page at least, that you're trying to claim that listing. So I don't want to get too much more into claim listing strategy, but just know that you now, if you're utilizing the claim listing feature and you want or have an alternative pricing page, there's now a simple way to direct people who click on that claim listing link to your alternative pricing page.
And I did want to say, though, that the number one request that we get regarding customizing the claim feature is to take people straight to the free member sign up page. So that's one thing that you can do with this that's probably going to be used by a lot of people because they want to simplify the claim process rather than go to three different menus and having to choose a plan. They just want to get somebody's email and get them into that sequence. So it is something that gets used quite a bit. You can take them to any checkout page you like, and then they'll be able to take ownership of that account once they do that. So we find that very, very helpful.
I think that's a phenomenal idea, bypassing any type of pricing page and sending people directly to the one plan you want them to sign up to, whether it's free or paid. You're just eliminating one hurdle or multiple hurdles if there's multiple options on that pricing page. Because that's such a valuable tip, Pat, let me show you how you can achieve that with this feature. So we have the premium plan, which we just changed the status to a claim account. Let's say we want to send everyone to sign up for this featured listing when they click on that link. So the good news is every membership level and product has a link to a sign up page. I'm just going to go ahead and right click and I'm going to copy the link. And the only part you need of this link is the checkout and the number. So I'm going to delete all this other stuff. The number is the ID of the membership level, and the checkout is telling the user to go to the checkout page. So I'm going to send people to the checkout page 2, which is the checkout page for my featured listing. So let's update the premium plan again. I can just edit it here. I think your tip is the best tip, Pat, instead of sending them to an alternative pricing page, which has all sorts of moving parts and could cause some issues there logistically. So checkout page 2, let's save it. And if we just wait a moment and let's refresh the page now. So this is going to go, if you look at the bottom left, as I hover over this, checkout page 2, and then it's got the claim token. So let's click on this. And there we go. It says you are claiming Gothic furniture and sign up below, and it's asking me to create an email address, a payment plan, and so on and so forth. I think this is the best way to utilize the claim listing, is sending people directly to a specific sign up page. Maybe it's the lowest paid option you offer, and then you can upsell them to higher paid options once you've got them in your network. So,
all right, good stuff. Thank you, Jason.
Good stuff. The next one is, and we touched on this before, is we do have new search result design and detail pages that you can take advantage of. I'm going to show you on our demo site, and I'm going to show you how, if you want to, you can implement these new layouts on your site. So I'm going to go to, I guess we'll start with coupons. Do I have a before and after to show you guys? I think I might. Give me a second. I think we have an old demo site that we're using as testing. No, we updated this one too. That's okay. But we do have some new layouts. If you're using coupons and events, you might want to check out demobootstrap.com and see if you prefer these layouts. We cleaned up the code a little bit. We took some best practices from sites that have coupons or properties or deals, and also added some more uniform design between the features. So if this is a coupons layout, let me go to properties as an example. And if we click here, so we kind of see a similar layout for properties that we do for coupons. But what's really nice with this new update is you're getting a lot more information right from the search results pages. And what we've done is we've put an emphasis on mobile. The site's always been mobile friendly, but the way it kind of prioritizes the data you're seeing is a little bit better now. So let me just go to a mobile view here. And if we scroll down, this is what the user would see. They'd see an image. They know that it's a townhouse for rent, the price, the title, if there's a title, the address, and then the bedrooms and bathrooms. So as you're scrolling, you get a much better mobile experience with this type of view. And let's go to the detail pages as well. I think property is nice because it's got the most kind of amount of data and details to show off. So again, you're getting, in this example, the address of the property, the price. You're getting a nice photo album. What we like is underneath the pictures, you're getting the contact member button right there as well. So if you wanted to take advantage of these new layouts, let's also look at jobs. So jobs as well, there's a yearly salary, full-time, pizza chef in New York, start dates. Let's look at the detail page. Again, very similar. So here's an example. The properties was a photo album with multiple photos. This is a job listing with a single photo. We're attempting to use the full width of the page to show the image. You obviously want to upload images that would probably be the correct proportions. And if they're not, it'll center the image and put a soft background that accompanies your theme colors. In this case, there's two buttons underneath here. One is contact member, and a lot of the posts allow members to include external links where they can get more information about an event or a job listing or the property. And those external links will show next to the contact member when it's available. This is a good example to show on mobile as well. So as I scroll down, I get a lot of good information about the job listing, a nice image, obviously, and then you get your two action buttons right there. That's why I love this so much, is the calls to actions for the website visitors are very clear. Your site's going to get more engagement. Your members are going to get more engagement from people contacting them. And it's just a better experience for not only the members who are listing, taking the time to post this on your website, but for the website visitors as well. So if you'd like to take advantage of these new designs and updates, it's a small process, and you don't have to do it for all your features. But Pat, do you think I could just dive into it? And if people have questions, maybe we could take them towards the end of the webinar if they're interested in doing it on their sites. That way we can do a few examples, and everyone on the webinar can kind of get the flow and idea of how to do this on their sites.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, so let's see if we can use this interior design demo as an example. I see we have, let's use the events as an example. So we have some events on this site. It's live page. All right, so not much to this event, but we have the image here. This is just all a demo site, and then a start date and an end date. If we wanted to update the events detail page, and this same idea follows for all the different types of posts that you have, you can go to your admin area, toggle open the content tab, and click on edit post settings. And don't forget, there's going to be a replay of this, so if you're not getting it all now, don't worry too much. Then you want to find your events type of post. That's, again, what I love about BD is the different types of posts. You can have different layouts and all that stuff, and it's really nice to have that flexibility and access to this. So if we want to update the detail page design, that's the actual page where you see the details of an event. It's lots of complicated code. We can bypass that, and we can go to restore default code for this membership feature. So you can choose event. I'm going to click on restore default code. It's going to ask you to confirm. It says success, but you still need to save your changes one more time. So I'm just going to hit save changes, and I'll do a little bit of a before and after. Okay, and I'll just open a new duplicate tab here. And here is the event. So this one is, the image is not the best. It was a screenshot of awesome candy shops, so the white in the background is blending here. But the image is now full width as opposed to this half width. You have this nice posted by banner above the actual information. Over here was kind of mixed in with the information, super small. What I like about this is it also designates the print and the favorites button here at the top a little bit better. And if we scroll down, again, this didn't have too much information with it, but we see the start date and the end date. And if there was more data, it would show a little nicer like it does on our demo site here. Let me just check the search results. I guess, oh, that one's not published. We just got to the detail page. Let's ask anyone in the audience. I'm going to lower everyone's hands here. If you'd like us to kind of check out your site and maybe update the coupon or one type of post on your site with this, we can use it as an example, and we can do this update for you right now. Let's see if we have anyone's hands raised. I see Colette. Hi, Colette. How are you today?
Hi, Jason. Good, and you?
I'm excellent. Would you like one of your post types to be updated with the new design layout?
Yes, it would be awesome. Any of them, events, coupons, I'm not fussed.
What's the name of your site?
It's selwynconnect.co.nz.
That's right. All right. What I'll do is let's take a look at the content that's on your site. We'll go to Manage Posts. And it looks like you have a lot of products. Let's look at one of the products on your site. Let's go to Live Page, Rustic Serving Board. Okay, very nice. Simple description. See, you have some meta information here. So let's go ahead and update this. Let's also look at the search results page because we'll update that as well. So I see you've put the search up here, which is fine. And then, so what we've done is you'll notice there's 3 columns here. There's the image, there's the text, and then there's the meta information here with the View Details button. So I'm going to go ahead and update this for you now. So we'll find your products. Actually, I'm going to duplicate this. Go a little quicker here. Search results for that one, detail page for this one. Well, actually, that won't work because then it'll override the changes. So we're going to select product. I went to the search results tab. I went down to restore default code. I'll scroll and let me hit restore default code. Okay, there's one thing I want to save on your search results. We still want that dynamic search bar at the top. So I'm just going to copy this that you had from before so you can maintain that up there for yourself. Then we're going to go to the detail page design and we're going to do restore product code and we'll restore default. And the last step is we're going to save the changes. So first let's do a before and after on the search results. Okay, great. So I kept your search bar up there, Colette. And so now we can see we get the picture's a little larger because we eliminated that 3rd column of the detail page. And we have the meta details here. We have the price, in stock. Over here it's $50 in stock. The category is here too, which is nice. I see you're using the bookmark as a text label. And this is what it looked like before. This extra column really took up a lot of space without adding too much value. So now you kind of have this new look. Let's go to the detail page here. We'll duplicate the tab. So what we see is we see the posted by, the categories here, florists and gifts. The by is here, and that's the author. The name of the product, and then the price is right there above the picture, which is very convenient. Before, the only place for this price was here in the sidebar, which probably, unless you took an extra moment to notice it, you would probably pass right by this here. And also if it's in the availability of that product. The contact us member is here, and also the description is also framed a bit nicer rather than just floating kind of underneath the image. It's got a very small container to make it a little easier to read here.
That looks great.
Yeah, it does. You could probably eliminate this module here in your sidebar and just have the posted by module at the top because all this metadata is already over here on the left-hand side.
Perfect.
So, all right, Colette, thank you for sharing your site with us. It's looking great.
Thanks very much, Jason. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, I'm going to lower everyone's hands one more time. If you'd like us to, we could do one more site just to show as an example how to kind of update this. If you'd like one of the post types on your site updated, you can use your raise your hand feature. And yep, we got our good friend Sheila. Sheila, looks like your mic is muted. Let me try one more time for Sheila. There we go. How you doing, Sheila?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, Jason?
Awesome, awesome. Do you want to update one of the post types on your site?
Yes, I'd like to do coupons.
Okay.
So it's fidoandme.com.
Okay. This is fun. Let me close some of these windows here. Okay. So let's check out your site here. All right, and which feature would you like to update as an example?
It's Bark and Save, the coupons.
The coupons, okay. I like that, Bark and Save.
Bark and Save.
All right, so I like the search results right now. I'll point out one thing. The favorites thing is kind of lined up with the description, so it's not in an ideal location. This is where it was before. Let's look at a detail page. This is probably, so yeah, I see you've kind of modified this a bit yourself for coupons.
I didn't think that I did. I just posted it, but
That's
so
okay.
I'm not.
That's okay. So let's go ahead and update it, and we'll go to content and edit post settings. And the reason this isn't automatically updated is you might like the way it looks on your site already. So that's why there's the option to restore the default code. So I'll just go to coupons, and we'll start with search results design. And we go to restore default code, and we're going to choose coupon, and we'll restore it. And then I'll scroll up and do the same thing for the detail page.
So one quick question while you're doing that, Jason. If I have a website and I heavily customize perhaps the field labels that get called on a search result layout, let's say, if I restore the default code, would that restore that customization that I've done?
No, if you've heavily customized your site, thank you for pointing that out. If you've added new fields and they're showing on the detail page, for example, for let's say you have the property listing and you added like 5 new pieces of information a member can add, you probably don't want to restore the default code because you've invested time and money to kind of get that additional specific information to display on those detailed pages. Or whoever did the update for you, you might want to have them restore the code and then move that same update to the new code as well. But if you've done heavy customizations, I would kind of leave it as it is. But if you've just kind of used the out-of-the-box features, then there's really no harm in restoring the new updated code that we're offering, that we have. All right, so let me just save the changes now, and we'll see how this looks. We can start with the detail page. I'll just duplicate this tab. Whoa, I feel like we just unlocked information.
I know, that looks awesome.
So let's look at the original one. So we were not showing where the coupon allows you to put the address of where it could be redeemed and the company that's posted, that's offering the coupon. So in this case, this is the title of the coupon, first day free for new campers. It's for a company called Best Friends Pet Hotel, and this is the address of the business. And then you can click for more details, which is the external link to go out of the website. And this takes you to Best Friend Pet Care. That's fine. And then again, the information is tucked in here pretty nice. And then here's your tags down here as well. So
I like that.
Let's look at, and then again, the image wasn't like the full width, but it still looks great centered with the soft gray background. Or it won't always be gray. It'll be whatever your theme colors are. It's designed to kind of provide a soft background to match your theme colors. Let's look at the search results. I kind of liked your search results already, but let's duplicate this tab. So it's a little let's see, the tags aren't here anymore, but to be honest, I don't think you need tags on a search results page. Tags are usually unique to a post, so that would be more appropriate on the detail page. I think having the category will suffice on the search results view, because a post could have 10 tags, and I think that would be overkill and really create a bad user experience from a visitor's perspective.
Sure. Okay.
So let's scroll down a little bit. So these are some coupons. This one has a coupon code SUPER, so it's listed here. Let's actually click on this one. And yeah, I like this a lot. So we can see the coupon code here is SUPER, and it says more details, and there's information about the promo here. So when there's a coupon code to apply, it's going to be listed here along with the more details link.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys did this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Jason, do you mind taking 2 seconds and showing, one of my favorite things about the new layout is how you can really have the bookmarks stand out instead of just a little heart icon, because a lot of people who are using your website find it difficult to understand what the heart is, what it represents. So it could be the favorite, it could be the bookmark, it could be add to favorites. And with the new design, the Brilliant Directories made it really easy to basically brand that particular feature.
Sure.
I really like a bone or something, or a paw print. Can I do that?
I hope you can. So there's 2 things you want to do. So choosing the icon is something we've always had. Adding text like bookmark, like we saw on Colette's site, it said the word bookmark next to the icon. That's something you would do in your text label. So, and because it was added a little bit later. But let's go to your design settings. I'm also just going to open the text labels tab here. So the design settings, this has always been here. If you have the bookmark favorites add-on, under the search results design module here, there is an option to select your favorite icon, and I do believe they should have a bone. You could just search or dog or pet. I'm just looking for some things that might be.
Can I upload my own or no?
The icon is just the list here. There's about 500 of them here. I'm trying to see what would.
I don't think there is a bone, because I think I looked for that before.
So yeah, for now there's a ton of them. Probably not everything you can think of in the world, but you can change it from a heart to. I've seen people use like a bell or even an umbrella. Obviously, a bone matches your theme really nicely. But let's leave that for now.
Okay.
And let's add the word bookmark there. So what I did is I opened another tab. I went to the settings just to backtrack, and I went to text labels. And this is kind of where you can update a lot of the text on your site without editing code. Let's look for the word bookmark. And the default value is empty because there was something new we added.
Actually,
Yeah.
Jason, can I just change it to my Fido Fave, lowercase? My Fido Fave? Yes, like that.
My Fido Fave.
E, with an E.
Like that?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
Question, do you want to do the first letters caps?
No, lowercase is fine.
Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and save the changes. It should take a couple seconds here to save the changes, and then we'll refresh it on your site to see what that looks like. It's fun to do things like, instead of bookmark, something, obviously it needs to make sense to the user, but you could do something clever that kind of makes your site a little unique. So I'm going to update the color of this just so it matches the print color as well.
Okay.
So I'm just going to take the button color here and the disabled color there, and I'm going to match something else on your site too. Okay, that should stand out a bit more. So let me just save those design settings here, and that should make the print and this button stand out. I'm also going to do one more thing. Sorry, I can't help myself. Right now you're getting like a white on white. This could have a soft background just to make it stand out. So let me do that for you as well. Let's do just like an off-white color. And let's save those changes. All right, let's wait 2 seconds, and then we can move on to the rest of the updates. But I hope this was helpful, because the new layouts are really nice, and they're creating a really good user experience for visitors. So let's refresh this page. There we go. So I just.
No, this is very helpful.
So here's my Fido fave. Actually, I think the heart works great. It feels like heartfelt and sentimental in that case.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
So yeah, you're good to go then on this feature. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jason.
You're welcome. Site's looking great as well.
Thank you. Thanks, Pat and Gabe.
All right, our pleasure.
All right, so those were some 2 good examples on how to kind of update the code. Pat brought up a good point. If you've paid for heavy customizations or you've done it yourself, you probably want to hold off on doing that, or you might want to do it on a test feature before you fully commit and kind of override the custom work that you've done on your site.
Yeah, we had a question asking if they push this update, if it's going to override anything in the form because they've customized the form. And just to be clear, this will not touch anything you've done on the form. The only thing you're likely going to have to do is once you've updated the new layout, you may have to go in and call those custom variables again for them to display on the front end of your site. So you can go ahead, you can run that update. Your form will not be impacted. Any work you've done there will be the same. It's just a matter of going in. If it may also display depending on the type of form it is.
Right, and then yeah, those extra fields, once you update it, you just want to make sure you put them in the places you want them on your detail page and search results if you want them. But okay, good stuff there. New member dashboard settings. Let me go through this quickly. This might be helpful for some of you. Just give me a moment here. Let me close some of these windows down. Okay. So let me log in as a member here. I'm on our interior design demo site. And we can log in as, I guess, the contributor, just a random one. Okay, I'm going to delete the About section because I want an incomplete profile. And I'll show you what we have settings on the dashboard. Great, so now I have this progress bar up here. Let's go to the dashboard. All right, so by default, your dashboard comes with this top section here. The goal is to help the member want to complete their listing as much as possible, the different sections. But sometimes you don't need that, sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes that's not even the focus of your site. And until now, there really weren't ways to hide these elements. The only thing you really could hide was this option for them to put a badge on their site and this QR code, which personally I think is outdated now. So let's go one by one. I'll try to do this relatively quickly, and you should be able to have basically a blank dashboard and just keep the elements that you want for your members to see. So where we've added these new settings, and I can just toggle open products here, you can go to Finance, Manage Products, and then Edit a Product. I just went to a quick link here. And when you're editing a product, you can go to the additional settings. And there are a lot of additional settings here. A lot of them are just, do you want to show this or hide this? And there's a lot of them. This helps you avoid having to go into some of the code and the widgets and deleting them there. Now there are just some simple settings here. I'm going to scroll down to the member dashboard. And we can go one by one. Let's start with the member badge and dashboard. I'm going to set that to no, and I'll save the changes. And then after I do this one, I'll do 2 at a time just to go a little quicker. So while that's saving, if we scroll down, that's going to get rid of this module here. And if we refresh the page, okay, now that one's gone. So now we have a little bit of a cleaner dashboard here. So now let's delete the show account details and the show manage listing. Those are these 2 modules here. I believe it's this one, manage account and account details. So those 2 should go away, and we'll save the changes. I'll give that a second to save. We'll refresh the page. Okay, and now I'll get rid of the progress bar and the QR code. So we'll scroll down. So here's the progress bar, and here's the QR code up here. And let's save the changes. And we'll refresh the page. Those are gone, and now let's get rid of this. This goes away when they have filled out all the sections. That's why I deleted the About Me. But sometimes you don't need that there. So let's hide the profile steps. That's what that's called. And
can you, yeah, go ahead and do that. Sorry. And I was going to say, if you could add the show add content and dashboard as well, it'd be great.
All right, so now they just have a lonely dashboard, but it's good because it gives you guys a little more control. You can kind of clean things up for your members. Maybe that's too much clutter for you. There is a cool feature we added a while ago, which was a suggestion brought up in Webinar Wednesday, which is the show ad content. So members have you define which members have the ability to publish content such as events, coupons, property listings, whatever you allow that membership level to publish. And this one is really cool. I think most of you should have this on by default. Show ad content in dashboard. I'll just go ahead and save it. And whatever content that membership level has the privilege of publishing, a little module will show up here to add content, and they get quick links here to add an event, add design portfolio, or add interior design video. So if I'm a member and I log in, my experience has just been super simplified. Basically, the website is asking me to add content. So yeah, those are some new settings there for you guys to take advantage of. Anything else you want to add about that, Pat?
Yeah, and I mean, we're not looking at it on a mobile display, but what I like most about this dashboard is that if you're on your cell phone, it's very, very easy to use. It's very simplified, like Jason said, and no one can get lost. And it really gets them to add the content you want them to add. And if they want to manage their accounts, they can always manage their account in the sidebar, which is what that's for.
Awesome. Yep. Again, all your sites are mobile friendly. It's just about what's kind of displaying first to the mobile user when they're on their phones. So this is a great way to take advantage of that. That segues into our next and last update. We mentioned this in the previous webinar. It's now an update that's live. We talked about it in the Facebook group. This was actually a suggestion in the Facebook group. I could be incorrect, but Doug and Eric were advocates for this one. So shout out to you guys for kind of encouraging us. Adding text labels for the mobile menu links. And we just saw an example of it. Let me backtrack for just a moment. So this is the website. And when you're on mobile view, I'll widen it just a little bit. When you're on mobile view, you get the menu button here and the user account here. So you notice the word menu here. That's new. You have the ability to add text to accompany the icon. So what I'd like to show you as an example is adding text next to this little guy here. And you can even change the icon as well. So let's go to the text labels where we just were, and let's add the word account to that little user guy over there. So it's not just the picture of a profile guy, which again could be overlooked by a user, by a visitor. So in text labels, let me just double check. I'm not sure what to search for. We can make a documentation for this. Give me one moment since this is brand new. Okay, let me search menu. That will be better for us. Okay, great. So this one, it has a nickname, mobile main menu icon. Let me just search _ icon. We're going to make documentation for this. It's hot off the press. Okay, so here are the two text labels that you would want to edit. Here's the word menu. This is the code for to show the bars for the menu. It uses font awesome. It's kind of the same ones that we were just looking at, trying to search for Colette's bone image. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the word account here. And just for fun, I'm going to change it to another icon. I guess Bell is an icon. Let's save the changes. I think Bell is an icon. FA-Bell is short for the icon. So let's save the changes. And if we come back to the site, you can refresh the page. So now we have Bell and account. Obviously, you probably don't want to use a Bell. And here's a bonus. Before, you would only see this on mobile when you were logged into your member dashboard pages, not if you were on the home page. Now, if you're logged in on mobile, this account, this member sidebar will be available on all pages if you're logged in as a member. So it creates a more like an app experience for website visitors that are using mobile devices. So adding text labels for these two items. Let me just copy and paste. If you wanted to quick search your text labels, let me copy this into the chat, and you can update it with whatever text you may want to. I think menu and account are fine. So let me just put these two here. And that should give your visitors that are using mobile devices a much better experience with regards to identifying where the menu is and wanting to click on it, because it's much more clickable when it has some text next to it here. All right, moving on. I think that covers our BD lab updates. Guys, there's so many more updates to share. We do publish a change log every week and every month. So if you're in our community forum, you should be able to see that. Since we're just talking about it, let me get you there. Also, there's a new Help Center link that can take you to the community forum. In your top right corner here, it says Help Center. These are just some quick links to some of the documentation and help, and also the link to the training webinars that we do, our Facebook group. All you have to do is click on Help Center, and you have some quick links here, as well as this nifty search tool. You can just type in a keyword, and if the article is available in our support center, it will link you to the article. But in this case, let me go to the community forum, and I want to share this link. We do have a monthly change log. Let me share this link here. So we did last month, July, and then there'll be another one, August. It'll keep you up to date with some of the changes that are happening with Brilliant Directories that we don't announce in the newsletters and things like that. All right, so that was a mouthful from me. Let's go back to our new favorite session and section of Brilliant Directories, Gabe's Corner. Gabe is here to offer simple solutions for common questions. So Gabe, I'll pass it over to you. These are some questions that come in frequently from the support center that could be very helpful here for our webinar attendees.
Thank you, Jay. Yes, this is a segment to go over tons of questions that I get during the week, that some are complicated and some are very simple, and hopefully these simple questions and answers will help you out with your website. So Jay, maybe we could go to a website to check out what is the homepage hero divider.
Great, yeah, so how to edit the icons on the homepage hero divider. A lot of people don't know where or what this is, but I think it's a super important part of the website. So let me go to the homepage. The hero divider is this section here with the 3 icons, 3 titles, 3 paragraphs, I guess, or sentences, and then 3 links. What are some of the benefits of utilizing the hero divider, Gabe?
Yeah, absolutely. The hero divider is a great section of your website to get people to engage and to get people, or not get people, to let people know what they can do on the website. So for example, this one is very straightforward. It says to search, so you're letting people know that they can find interior designers, and they can review interior designers and get quotes for the interior designers. So it's a great place to let people know what they can actually get from your website and get them to interact with your website.
Absolutely. And a lot of people are wondering, why isn't my site ranking in Google? How come I'm not going up in the search results? Google reads text, and part of the text is you got to have keywords on your site. Keywords at the top of your site, the middle of your site, at the bottom of the site, in the footer. The hero divider is a great place to insert keywords, and I'm just going to do a little bit right now. So instead of just search, review, and get quotes, we could do search designers, review designers, get project quotes, search to find interior designers. Let me just save these changes here. And what you're doing is you're adding more keyword color to your home page, and hopefully to internal pages of your site, so you can eventually start ranking in Google, and Google knows to identify your site as a site that specializes for those keywords. So let me just refresh the page here. And again, like Gabe said, it's a great place to let your website visitors know what they can do on this website.
Yeah, and maybe we can just go over how to get to that specific area real quick in the admin panel.
Sure, let's start from the dashboard. Why don't you guide us there, Gabe?
Absolutely. So once we're in the dashboard, we're gonna want to go to the settings area and click on design settings. And once we're in the design settings, we're going to want to go to the homepage layout section. And in the homepage layout section, we'll see a section to the middle right that says homepage divider settings, and that's where we can collapse all the different settings available. So you'll see the where we can change actually the icon, and very similar to how Jason was looking up the favorite icon, we can look up an icon for searching designers. A very familiar one is the glass search.
Which one?
Oh, this one, the one that you already have there, the fast search.
Oh yeah. The search. What's also nice, again, you can get very clever. There's icons for users. So this could represent profiles that you're searching. You can get again, there's like over 500 icons here that you can kind of use based on your needs. Yeah, you can put a
star for the review.
Okay, let's do that. Let's update this user one. We'll do it before and after. Okay, and then for this one, star for the review. Okay, and then the get project quotes. Maybe the comments one, because it makes you feel like you're, talking to people, getting quotes. Things are happening, shaking and moving.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. So let's save the changes. Then you have some color controls down here as well. So I'm just going to duplicate the tab so we can see it before and after. Wow, so here's the before. Not bad. Review designers with a check, search, $sign. And then this one, again, I personally like this one. It's got a lot more action to it, a little more vibrant with the icons. But again, you guys can control the icons that you'd like to utilize with this, as well as the text. Keep it short and sweet, but try to include your keywords there. And you guys can have an awesome hero divider as well that is not only aesthetically serves a purpose, but also functionally it can help direct website visitors to different parts of your website, the most important parts, hopefully. All right, any other final comments about this?
I think we can move on to the next question.
All right, this one we get a lot.
Yeah, so the next question is how to manually add a member to your website. I get this tons of times when I'm reviewing tickets during the day. A lot of people, what they like to do is manually start building their website, and a lot of their clients, they might not be as tech savvy, so they handle all the work of uploading the members and updating the information. So they don't want to have to leave the admin panel to add their members. So a great way to do that is by manually adding a member through the back end of the website. So Jay, if you could take us to the admin panel dashboard.
Sure, let's do that. So you would want to go to the dashboard here, and you can direct us where to manually add a member.
Yeah, so once we're in the dashboard, what we'll want to do is click on members.
Okay.
And after we click on members, we'll click on search members.
Got it.
And from here, well, let's wait for it to load real quick. All right, and once we're in the member, the member section here, well, it's super straightforward. We'll just go to the top right corner where it says add member.
Okay, and what is this?
And very easily, we'll want to edit the status of the member if we want the member to be active or not active. We would add the email address for the member. So maybe we can add a little test email there. Jason@jason.com. And then we can go and add a simple password. All members have to have a password, even if you're going to handle it for your clients. But I usually use the same password for all mine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll want to choose the membership level or the product that we're going to add this member to. So then we would just select any of the existing products that you've already created, and we would select it.
Got you. Well, a question that came up in the Facebook group the other day is, how do I manually add a claim listing member to my site? So you would create the new member in this way, and then you would select the membership level that is connected to a claim listing type of account.
Yeah, and since you already updated the premium product to be a claim listing, we just need to select that product, right?
Now, what if I'm adding a business, Gabe, but I really don't know their email address? I just want to put their information in. What do I put in the email address field?
And it is necessary to add an email in this particular form, but if you don't want to add an email address to your business, it really doesn't matter. You can add any email address, and it won't show up on the front end of the website.
Got you.
So you can add test.
So I should just put whatever here just to move forward with the process until I eventually get the real email address of the person.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So if you have the email address, enter it. If you don't, just put whatever comes to your mind first. Obviously, Jason's always first on my mind first. So we'll do create new account now.
And then after we hit on create new account, the member is officially created, right? But then if we want to add information, other information like the company name or the phone number or any other information, we're going to want to log into the member account. So we'll click on login.
Okay.
And then this will take us to the regular member dashboard that we all know and work in, and we can add all the information as like the company, if this member is a company, if it's an individual, and all the other good stuff that by default comes with our forms, or that you have custom added into your form.
Got it. And here's that email that I entered, jason@jason.com. So let's just complete the process, and we'll just put Los Angeles. It's super easy to make a listing. We know what, this demo site doesn't have the Google Maps connected, but let's just keep moving forward. Okay, lots of links, save and continue. And I guess that's like the minimum for a profile. So if we go here, I've just added Jones Design to my website, and he's a claim listing because I assigned him to that membership level. We put as claim listing. I think that's basically
exactly
it, right?
Yeah, and once and maybe we can go over it real quick. Once, let's say if this was a paid product, not a claim product, right? If you wanted to actually give this or collect money from this member and actually charge them, since you created the member manually, you also need to charge them manually. So if we go to the admin and refresh the members dashboard.
All right, and here's that new member, Jones Design.
Mm-hmm. And then what we want to do is hover over the Actions tab and go to the Payment History section.
Gotcha. So if you're going to manually add a member, and maybe they signed up at an exhibition or convention, and they filled out a form to be added to your website, who knows or they gave you their information over the phone. You have an 800 number for people to call. This is manually adding them, and now we're going to manually add their payment information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what we'll want to do is first add their credit card info. So to the top right, there's a CC info button.
Okay.
And that's where we can add a credit card. And we'll just want to add their first name, their last name, and their card details in here.
Okay. So let's say I did all that.
Mm-hmm. And then after we add the card details, what we'll want to do is hover over to the new order at the top right.
Okay. So,
and here what we can do is select the membership level or the product that we want to charge them and the billing cycle of that product.
Gotcha. This is nice. It lets you know that there's no card on file. But let's go ahead and do it. So let's say I want to charge this as a featured member, and I guess these are the prices I've inputted in the product settings. Let's do annually. And what if I want to give this guy a deal because we talked on the phone? Can I override this $99.99.
Yeah,
price?
absolutely. There's a setting right there to add the price that you want, and this price will be the price forever for this client unless you update it.
Okay.
So it is literally overriding the annual price forever for the client.
Okay. So I'm
And you
gonna.
can also edit the start date as well. So if you want to charge them, say, a month later and give them a demo, you can also do that and set the start date from a month from today.
Yeah, because I talked to this company and I told them I was going to give them 6 months free before we started billing them annually. So you're saying I can just click on start billing date and choose a date 6 months from now?
Exactly. You can also do that.
So
Any
1,
date in the
2,
future.
3, 4, 5, 6. So February 22nd. So he's going to be billed so nothing's going to be billed today.
Nothing will be billed today. It'll be billed until that date.
Gotcha. So I'm basically giving him 6 months free and about a 25% discount manually.
Exactly. And this is also the method that you would use if you want to charge someone for a banner. So say you have an existing client and they want to hire you for some advertising on your website. You would go in, well, first you would create a product for your banner, and then you would go to this specific area and create an order on their account for that particular banner and charge them for some advertising.
I like it. So it's not working on this site, guys, because it's a demo and there's no payment gateway hooked up to it. But Gabe, you bring up a great point. Other products that you're probably selling, or you're requesting people to inquire, and then you have a sales process, or you might be selling other products other than listings that people sign up to from your website. This is a great way to charge them manually. The first step is just creating the product in your manage product section, and then it'll be available when you want to create a new order for that member. Super comprehensive, lots of information there, Gabe. How to set up a member and even how to bill a member manually once you've added them to your site.
Yeah, you know, it is something that gets asked a lot, and I'm happy that we could go over it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gabe, for Gabe's Corner.
Alrighty, man. Thank you.
And now it is questions and answers times. We hope that so far you guys have been able to gather a lot of information from what we've been able to share and hopefully apply to your site. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lower everyone's hands that were raised. And if you guys have a question about your own site or about a strategy to implement on your site, please go ahead and raise your hand, or you can chat in your questions, and Gabe and myself and Patrick will kind of peruse through those as well. So let's see who's got their hands up and raised. All right, we got our good friend Martin. Martin, how are you today? You with us, Martin?
Yes, I am.
Awesome.
I have a question for you. Maybe some other people have the same question. I haven't really approached people to join my membership site yet because I feel myself that I don't know enough about the site. I want to be an expert on it. And but the question is, how do you become an expert on your site and with all these new stuff, you get overwhelmed by it with all the new details and all the new add-ons. If I'm starting off from scratch, what is the best way I can do to become an expert and learn the site as much as possible so I feel comfortable marketing it to customers?
My response to that is, one, I would watch our quick start videos, which cover the basics to provide you with enough information to set up a usable site. Number two is, I would recommend not overcomplicating your site, meaning although you can have property listings and coupons and events and jobs and photo albums, I would remove all of that, focused on finding business listings and not the rest of the content. So basically, there's only two things you can do on the site: search for members or sign up as a member. And when you do that, you eliminate and remove a huge burden off of your shoulders of trying to tackle all these different sections of your website and filling them with content and encouraging people to add content to those sections. So simplifying your website concept and editing and removing things that might not be necessary when you're first starting out is key. And then the third is, sometimes you just got to jump in the fire, Martin. You don't know all the answers right away. You don't have to move quickly, so you can move relatively slowly, but I wouldn't hold off the launch of your site because you're not familiar with how everything works. I don't even know how everything works. You see me get stuck on the webinar sometimes with certain features and things. So I would recommend keeping the idea simple, removing as much from your plate as possible with regards to how you want to set up. And I have a video on how to set up a site in 15 minutes. That video is good enough to launch any type of business directory website. So keep it simple. You don't have to go quickly and make big decisions and throw money in. That's another thing. Don't throw a lot of money in different places. I don't recommend when you're first starting out to invest in lots of expensive customizations or expensive advertising. Brilliant Directories was built to be a turnkey system to get you a proof of concept. A proof of concept should be quick, cheap, and inexpensive. So once you have a proof of concept, you see that you're making traction, people joining your site, signing up to your site, traffic is slowly coming to your site. Those would be good cues and key performance indicators where then you can start making investment decisions into customizations and other ideas you might have for your website project.
And if I should run into a question or somebody asks me that I can't answer myself, how do I contact customer support? What's the best way?
If the member is asking you, how do I add a photo album to my profile, for example, and you don't know how to do it?
Yeah, something I wouldn't understand or I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you can go to the help center actually. So you can email the support team and just say just email them, how does a member add a photo album? Other places you can go, Martin, are the community forum, where you can kind of receive help from fellow BD users. Training webinar is probably not the best because you got to listen through hours of video and stuff. The Facebook group would be a great group to ask also. And then you can also submit a ticket there. Submitting tickets are great for how-to questions. Obviously, we're there to troubleshoot when there's an issue on the site, but the support ticket system from the support team, those are great for how-to questions. How do I connect my domain name? How does a member add a photo album? They'll probably link you to an article that already explains that information.
What is that, support at brilliantdirectories.com?
Yeah, you can do that, or you can just click on the link here, submit a ticket, and it'll take you to the support center.
Great. I'm sure other people probably got the same question. Thanks.
Absolutely. Thanks. That's a very good question, actually.
And I actually shared 2 links in the chat. Hopefully you can see that, Martin, and the 2 links that I shared there. One of them is to the video that Jason just talked about, how to set up your website in 15 minutes. I think that really does cover it, the base from A to Z, if you just sit through that one video. It's very helpful. And then I did share a link to the support center, the section where it's how to manage posts. This is really good to see, because a lot of times people that are starting a directory, they want to have documentation for their members. I always go to this particular section in the Brilliant Directories documentation, and you can just basically take all the data from there. So posting content as a member, and that'll have the quick links right there, Jason, if you click on that one that you have highlighted. And there you go.
Which one?
That's everything you need for your members. All of these are good.
Gotcha.
Clicking in the FAQ.
Cool. Yeah, I was just using that as a random question, but yeah, it's probably in the support center, or again, we got a really nice Facebook group, and it's a great place to ask how-to questions. You'll receive multiple responses there. All right. Guys, thank you very much for joining another episode of Webinar Wednesday. On behalf of myself, Matthew, Gabe, and Patrick, thank you so much for joining us for Webinar Wednesday. We hope that you guys got some good information from us today. If you haven't already done so, please join our Facebook group. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. The next webinar will be in 2 weeks, so we hope to see you then. And until then, have a great time with your websites. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Have a brilliant day, everyone.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.